Hey you guys, welcome to my favorite segment. This is going to be the top stocks that I'm going to be swing trading for this month, August 2019. We are going to be talking about some of the geopolitical climate, those kinds of things that are going on right now, and what and how those things could affect the economy, and especially the stocks that I'm looking at swing trading. We're going to be talking about my plan of attack. We're going to be talking about my backup plan. Yes, you always need to have a backup plan. And we're going to go over the strategies that I have to be able to swing trade and hopefully make, somewhere right around 20% overall this month. That's kind of the goal. But as always, you need to be able to focus on the right setups, the right trades, and not so much the percent growth. Too many traders out there, Take My Solutions, sometimes talk about trying to make a specific percent daily. That's not what we do here at Young Money Investments. We look for the right trades at the right time for the right price. And if those trades aren't there, we don't take them. Let's roll the intro and let's get started all today on Young Money Investments. Guys, so like I was saying in the intro video, there has been a lot of crazy stuff going on geopolitically in the world of finance. Donald Trump just recently, after a great earnings period, has started talking about all these issues. He's talking about, that China, we are going to slap them with $300 million in tariffs starting September 1st. He's talking about how he's just doing his normal Trump thing, and I want to talk about that before we get into a couple of the stocks, or the three stocks that I'm going to be swing trading for August 2019. All right, you guys, so really important before we start this, and especially start off this first real full week of trading in August 2019, we are going to be talking about the Trump trade war. So as you can see, Trump's playing a dangerous game with America's economy. That's what CNN says. You hear that, there's just all these other articles. One of the important things to pay attention to is that the U.S., so it says down here, U.S. President Donald Trump on Thursday said Washington will apply a 10% tariff on $300 billion worth of Chinese goods starting September 1st. That has definitely, as it says, caused some correction in the markets, etc., etc. The one thing I do want to point out right now, Dow futures are down. We're seeing the S&P down about 1.23%, NASDAQ down 1.58%, and the Dow Jones Industrial down 1.15%. That's roughly about a 304-point drop, which is pretty significant, especially considering that on Friday, I think we saw either a 200 or 300-point drop. I believe it was 200. All right, you guys, now the first stock that I want to be talking about is ticker symbol BABA, or also known as Alibaba. This is a company that I currently hold in my long-term investment portfolio. This is a company that I'm averaging right at about $139 a share, which when we take a look at the charts, you're going to see that is actually a really good buy point for Alibaba, even after the massive sell-off that has recently happened. Now, the thing that I do want to say with Alibaba is that yes, right now it had a nice sell-off that was catalyzed by the fact that Donald Trump is tweeting that we are going to be putting tariffs on $300 billion worth of Chinese goods. Now, with that being said, one of the big things that I want to stress and really emphasize with Alibaba is that I will not take the trade if I see that there is going to be continued market turbulence. Now, there are a lot of indicators on why Alibaba would be a great bounce play, and that is simply based off of the RSI being so oversold that people will buy the dip. And that is going to be a very small, like intraday. It's like a day trade kind of thing. This is not going to be a swing trade. Let's jump into the charts and I can explain everything in a little bit more detail. So if you take a look here at the charts, this is Alibaba as we were talking about. And as you can see on the past chart, this is from January 7th. We had saw a nice little bottom. We actually saw a double bottom here. We saw a bottom roughly, this doesn't tell us exactly what day here, but this does tell us December, like this is January 1st or something. So beginning of the year, right over here, we saw a double bottom and then we saw this nice bounce. And as we've seen, it has not stopped. It ran all the way up to about $195 before sliding. This was when we had some other trade war issues, and then we saw it run up, and again we're getting some more trade war issues. So this is the one thing I really want to stress to you guys, and I really think this is important. there is nothing really financially changing. There has been so much talk. I was going back through some of my old videos, and I'm not going to link any of those older videos, but the trade war talk has been going on for over a year and a half. I mean, we have been hammered over and over where, things look good and then things look bad, and then things look good and then things look bad. The thing you have to realize is until it finally happens, and a lot of this trade war stuff is all political. It is all politics. Do I believe that the US is getting kind of shafted in terms of the trade deal with China? Absolutely. Do I think that this stuff should be going on? Absolutely. I think we need to broker for better terms in our trade deal, but at the end of the day, I can't allow that to affect me as a trader. I have to learn to play the fear in the markets and profit from that regardless, because I can't change the markets. I can only react to what's going on and hold firm in my positions and my belief and understand the psychology of what's going on. So taking a look here, like I was saying, we have seen it come down. We've had a consistent level of support. If you do zoom back a ways here, this has been a pretty consistent level of resistance and support for quite a while. $160 is a great little support level. And then definitely the price channel could be extended up. I mean, you could theoretically say that this is kind of the price channel. I'd say up here at like $189, $190 is kind of your top of your channel. You could also go as far as to say like right down here at like 155, 153-ish, I'd say almost like 153-ish is a level of support. Now that would widen your price channel to about 15%, whereas right now currently your margin of profit is right at about 10.7%. Between 10 and 11%. So your margin of profit is smaller, but I want to keep a smaller price channel because I don't want to get greedy and I don't want to miss my opportunity. The reason why I say I don't want to miss my opportunity is if we move this window over here, take a look at the RSI. The RSI indicator is down here at a 19.84. RSI is very, very oversold. So taking a look at that is a very oversold indicator, and that's why I believe we can even play off a small little gain, or even if we saw it come back right up here to support. I mean, we're talking about 2%, a very quick and easy 2% that we can make on trading Alibaba. Now I do want to preface this with saying one little thing with Alibaba, like I said, with it being so heavily entrenched in the trade war negotiations, because it is basically the Amazon of China. It supplies a lot of the e-commerce stores that are on Amazon with their supplies and with their goods. If the trade war does happen and continue, and a lot of these products are ending up getting these massive tariffs, it will affect the economy, and it will most definitely affect Alibaba. So with that being said, one of the important things that you need to be able to do is cut your losses quick. Yeah, I said cut your losses quick. You really do need to cut your losses really quick with this. I would be having a price point of somewhere right down here at about 158.50 is where I would go, okay, I'm done, I'm getting out. You could write this down and have it right here, but to keep a really tight stop loss, I'm gonna say writing it down to about that 158.50 is gonna be my stop loss. I would love to pick it up somewhere right down here in the low 160s, so it gives me a couple dollar area of like margin, a buffer. And then again, if I am able to ride this up, if the trade war rumors and all the trade war stuff that's going on right now does not come to fruition and things get worked out, I think we can easily see this riding up all the way up to $175, $176, and then taking our profits. So that would leave us with roughly a margin of profit here in the month of August of about 11%. 10%, I'd say, just to be on the safe side in terms of profit on Alibaba. Now, I do want to say this with Alibaba, this is probably my favorite swing trade that I would like to take. I see a lot of value, and especially holding this thing long term, but if you're just looking for a nice swing trade, this is really the one that I'm looking for right now. All right, you guys, and the next ticker symbol we are talking about is none other than AMD. This is one that we talked about in the previous video after earnings. I talked about it right before earnings as well. And this offers a extremely good dip buying opportunity if the trade war rumors do not mess everything up this August. So as you can see here on the charts, looking at AMD, if we were to continue out this kind of chart or this channel pattern, I'm going to extend it out here just a little bit more so you can see this channel pattern offers nearly a 17.75% potential for return. You guys, that's huge. Just so you know, that's a big return. It was like you didn't know that already. This offers a great opportunity. The other reason I really do like this is because if you do zoom in here on this channel, you can see that we're already starting to see some bounce. Now, like I said, Monday, August 5th, we are going to be seeing if this can hold, or if the fact that all the markets are most likely going to be down, if we can see this pull back a little bit. Now, if we can see it pull back and hold right around this $29 area, this is going to be, again, one of my very big, very favorite buying opportunities to be able to ride this up quite a bit. I think that AMD was oversold, as we can see from RSI, and I'm going to move this over here as well to explain this a little bit more. As you can see over here on the RSI indicator, when it sold off, the RSI sold off to like an 18. We're currently sitting at about a 32. The average area right there on the RSI was right there at about a 24. So if this does pull back down here to that low $29 price point, we are definitely going to see that RSI under 30, and it offers a great opportunity for a double bottom, an example that yes, this is a good indicator that it's a buy. But again, I am not going to hold if it starts to break below that. So anything below that mark right there, I would say if we see anything right there at about 28.60, 28.50, that is going to be a no-go for me. That is going to be a get the freak out of Dodge moment, and you don't really want to be in AMD anymore. Newsflash, newsflash, get out. Now, where am I looking to sell this swing trade? Well, I am looking to swing trade this, like I said, buying somewhere, having an average cost basis, probably somewhere right down here around 29.30, just to be real with you guys. Maybe I can get it a little bit lower, but let's say 29.30. I would be looking to probably sell some of my profits right up here for about a 9.53% return. That's somewhere right around $32 a share, holding the rest of it and seeing if we can hit this $34 level. If we can, I will probably continue to hold that and see if we can continue up and away, but getting rid of about half my position, maybe a quarter, depending on the way the markets are going, maybe a quarter or a third of my position right up in here, and then letting the rest ride. That is my goal. And again, that's about a month swing trade. So I'm not going to be holding this for forever, but it is also one of those plans that I have to continually hold. And if there are some dip buying opportunities in there, I'll buy and I'll sell, because that's the important thing, is when you are trading these companies, you get to know them really well. And this little intermission brings me to a really great point, and that is smashing the like button. The important point that I'm wanting to make here is that you need to have a specific point when you are wanting to enter and exit a position. The stock market is about patience. The winners in the stock market are the patient ones. They are the ones that do not trade because they need to make $1,000 a day or $50 a day or $100 a day. The ones that win day in and day out are the ones that look for the right chart setup. If you're not looking for the right chart setup, you're not going to be profitable on a consistent basis. And that is why, although we're talking about these stocks that I see as great opportunities for August 2019, if the patterns don't line up, don't take the trade. That is my biggest news flash and piece of advice for you in trading and swing trading especially. Now, last but certainly not least is going to be EA. One of the things I really want to focus and touch on as we're wrapping this video up is the fact that we are seeing a reversal and kind of a confirmation down here at 91.72. If we pull this up here, which is probably where the little box should be anyways, you can see that we are really getting a nice little reversal and kind of a confirmation. After earnings, we saw a nice little pop. We saw it break through the resistance right here at 91.65, ran up about 5.69%, 5.5% just to be on the safe side. And then we saw this bad boy come back down. I'm looking for a consolidation right here at about 91.50. If we can see a consolidation right here on EA at 91.50, it holds this level of support. We will see this then continue to start uptrending. And if you can get it in right in here, I think we could at the very least, ride this up to about $98, if not riding it up to about 99 or 100. And then I really do see the better price point where I would be wanting to get out long, like really wanting to get out, will be somewhere right up here. That's about 11.23% return on my investment. So I really like this trade and this play here with EA. This is a company, again, that I have focused and spent a lot of time on. You'll notice that it's one that I talk about in a lot of my videos. So that is super important. I think a lot lot of times in the stock market, we don't talk enough about the fact that you need to be trading companies that you can focus on. This is another big key piece of advice, and that is focus on stocks that you know and understand. I know Tesla really well. I know EA really, really well. Electronic Arts is one that I've traded for months and months and months. If you are not doing this as your full-time job, how the heck are you supposed to know what is going on with a million different stocks? You just cannot do it. It's not physically or mentally possible to do those things. That is a huge key piece of advice that I would give to anyone, beginner or expert trader. Focus on a specific set of stocks that you know really well and you understand if you are going to be trading them long-term or swing trading them. All right, you guys, and one of the important things to always do is always have a plan B. Yes, always have a plan B. Plan A is good, but plan B is even better. If you have a plan B, this is going to be my plan B, and I just want to talk about it really quick. That is trading UVXY or TVIX if the markets do end up going to crap. Taking a look at the charts here, UVXY is an inverse ETF. It's a 3x leveraged ETF that had did really, really well back there in December, back when the markets were tanking. And since then, obviously, it has run down quite a bit. We have seen lows of about 23.43. TVIX is another inverse ETF if you do not know much about these. TVIX, again, very similar pattern that you can actually buy. And as you buy it, it ends up going up when the markets go down. So that is something that I might end up potentially trading. I will do another video on that once we know a little bit more about what's going on with the Chinese and US trade deal. So that is my top trades and top plays of the week. If you've not done so already, hit that thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button, hit the little bell notification, and I will catch you guys in the next video. I have a private mentorship if you want to be in and know when I am exactly buying, when I'm selling, what are my like everything in real time. Get in that private mentorship group. It'll help you out a ton. Just a little quick plug for that. If not, no worries. Do not get into it. Don't feel like you have to get into it, but I cannot wait to catch you guys in the next video and make a little bit more money this week. Talk to you guys later. Bye.